You're one of 253 congressional Democrats who signed on to an amicus brief to stay the Texas ruling. It was filed before we learned about the temporary stay from the Supreme Court tonight. But in your opinion, what more needs to happen?
Well, you know, as I'm listening to you, listen to the interview of that woman in front of the Supreme Court, she's got it absolutely right. I mean, this is nothing more than another attack on the fundamental freedom of women to make their own decisions about their own health care. And, you know, in the years that I worked at Planned Parenthood, I did battle with these Republicans whose goal was to strip away Roe versus Wade. And now they've moved on to banning abortion, even in states where it is legal, by banning medication abortion. So I think that the Biden administration has done exactly the right thing. They have urged the Supreme Court to stop this chaos. It is a good thing that Justice Alito has paused for now, but it's only 5 days. And so I don't take a lot of comfort in that. There is still a lot of work ahead to stop this.
And in your work for Planned Parenthood, you saw how limited reproductive care can be in conservative rural parts of the country. Is that your biggest concern once again?
Well, absolutely. The biggest concern is that women in rural places, small towns, are going to find their access completely denied, and that has irreparable damage to their health care. So the challenge that we have here right now is that we have these extremist judges on the federal district court and circuit court who seem to think that they know better than those women in small towns and rural places what they need. The arrogance of that is really just astounding. The thing I think that we have to keep in mind in this moment is, you know, I can't believe it, but I'm actually agreeing with Big Pharma on this. We should just get the courts out of the way and let the FDA do the job that Congress has charged it to do, and not have judges who are not doctors be in the business of deciding what kind of medicine people should be able to get.
Here on that. You talk about extremist jurists and arrogance of these jurists. I'm just wondering your reaction to extremist governors, your reaction to these draconian abortion bills, like the one that was signed by Governor DeSantis in Florida. What recourse do people in those states have?
Well, right, exactly. I mean, and all of these Republicans are basically cut from the same cloth, right? They cheered the overturning of Roe versus Wade. They cheer on the courts as they overturn people's rights to control their own healthcare decisions. They cheer on the appointment and the confirmation of these extremist judges that do all this damage. And then they pass these kinds of essential bans on abortion like DeSantis has just done in Texas. And as I said, I've dealt with politicians, Republican politicians like this in all the years that I've been doing battle on this. The thing about it, though, is that they are so dramatically out of step with what Americans want. And that's why you see these members running, you know, these governors and other candidates kind of running for the hills whenever anybody asks them a question about their stance on abortion rights, and why you see DeSantis signing this bill into law at 11 o'clock at night with no real coverage.
And you said Texas, but you meant Florida. But in speaking
yes,
of,
right.
you know, on the one hand, you know, Governor DeSantis is doing this. I mean, he's put in a 6-week abortion ban, but he's signed it in the middle of the night with no fanfare. Do you think that's a recognition on his part that what he has done is not broadly popular?
It's not only that it's not broadly popular, it is opposed by Americans, something like 2-to-1, according to the Pew Charitable Trust polling, who believe that medication abortion should be legal in their own state. So they are dramatically out of touch. And I think that as we look towards the rest of 2023 and on to 2024, you're going to see a dramatic difference, right? You've got these Republican politicians that are trying to essentially ban abortion, as DeSantis would do in Florida with a 6-week ban. And you have Democrats that are saying, no, we're going to restore abortion rights. So there is a dramatic difference. And I think that it will really be, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of American women, of Americans who see exactly what's going on here.